The Ottoman Empire. Since the capture of the Byzantine capital, the Ottoman Empire was a beacon of religious tolerance and prosperity amidst the conflicts of the rest of Europe. In its golden age, the Sultan, Suleiman the Magnificent, expanded the empire and created a set of laws that would endure for 3 centuries.
The Ottoman Empire rose to power in the 1300s.
Now, the start of Ottoman absolutism was, of course, after the fall of Constantinople. When they took it over, though, it still took about a century for it to take full effect.
At this time, the empire was transforming from a mixture of agrarian and nomadic lifestyles to purely agrarian. Yea, farmers.
Osman I, who began his rule in 1603, consolidated power that had previously been shared with the Byzantine nobles and local warriors. At this point in time, the Sultan had absolute control.
In 1520, when Suleiman the Magnificent became the Sultan, the Ottoman Empire experienced the Golden Age.
Suleiman the Magnificent was quite the man. During his rule, the Ottoman Empire ranged all the way from Austria to the Persian Gulf and across the northern coast of Africa.
What really helped the absolutist sultans is their tolerance of religion. They didn't have some of the problems that the Holy Roman Empire did.
By establishing an understanding with local religious leaders and transforming them into bureaucrats that both served him and benefited from his rule, the Sultan prevented uprisings from these groups. Where he might have had difficulty directly ruling subjects of another faith, by using proxy rulers who shared those faiths, he maintained a solid hold on them.
Nobility in the Ottoman Empire was very different than you might see in Europe. Now, the Sultan, he did keep slaves, but he trained them from the time he acquired them to be professional warriors and administrators. So they'd serve under him and make his job easy peasy lemon squeezy. But it is important to remember that these slaves were treated much better in the Ottoman Empire than they were in Europe. They were allowed to own possessions, property. They could increase their status by hard work. But still, they were never equal to the Sultan, so they posed no threat.
The Sultan had ensured absolute loyalty from every member of his court, including his wife and children.
The personal lives of the sultans were very interesting. The sultans did marry, however, they did not have children with their wife to prevent the wife's family from having any involvement with the empire. Instead, they would produce one male heir with several concubines, and this would prevent the male heirs from being loyal to anyone except the sultan.
The Ottoman Empire faced very few threats from within. Because of a strategy of ruling with religious tolerance and allowing some personal freedoms to their citizens, they never faced revolts from within. However, the fall began when they started to interfere in European trading routes and expand westward. Eventually, when the European nations grew tired of this interference, they formed the Holy League to drive the Ottomans out.
By the 1700s, the Ottoman Empire was shrinking. Military revolts had weakened the Sultan's control, and other European nations were eager to see the Muslim threat reduced. For a time, the Sultan had been the head of a large and religiously diverse empire, full of culture, with a sizable influence on the rest of Europe. But that time was drawing to an end.